Yes, sir, bros. Episode 2, Woke Western Woman Will Ruin Sports. And in this case, we got none other than Molly Karam, the woman that is single-handedly turning First Take upside down, interjects in the conversations, and that's why I feel like Max Kellerman is no longer on the show. He would cut her off. He wouldn't allow her to cut him off when he's trying to give his take, prove his point. Molly is talking so much with her annoying voice as if people are tuning in to ESPN to hear what the hell she has to say. That was not the case, not now, not ever. Molly, just like all of the females that are on ESPN, they're ardent feminists. If you don't know that now, you'll find it out later. In this case, we got to deal with Deshaun Watson. Whenever it's a sexual assault case or something in that nature, Molly is going to go out of her way to basically make the crowd, the viewers, believe all women. We already know that we can't do that. Look what happened with Deshaun. We already know that it was a smear campaign. I got the video. I'm going to drop it in the box. We already know that it was a smear campaign. He wanted out of Houston, then out of nowhere, 22 allegations talking about sexual assault. Does it make any sense? Not at all. But Molly Karam, just like the journalists, sports anchors, and athletes, that everybody that wants to be woke, they want to talk about equality, Title IX, the list goes on that has to deal with the woman. They're going to go out of their way to make the case for any and every woman. And then when they're wrong, they won't admit it. They won't say that maybe that they stepped out of line, maybe that they jumped to conclusion, because of course it looked bad having 22 allegations against you. But in this episode right here, it just basically reached 14. It didn't reach 22 yet, but obviously it looks bad. If you're not paying attention, he wanted out of Houston, then all of a sudden allegations pop up. Whenever there's something that has to deal with sexual assault or a woman making some allegations, and we already know we can't believe all women, Molly's going to go out of her way to basically try to make the viewers and everybody that's tuning in on YouTube or wherever it may be believe all women. We know we can't do that. And in this case, the criminal charges were dropped. He's still battling civil cases. But is Molly going to admit to that? Nah, let's just pull up the receipts real quick to just see how she goes out of her way without doing her due diligence, without speaking to a lawyer or whoever it may be. Let's just check it out and see how these modern day feminists get down.
Welcome back to the Seaport District, brought to you by Pier 17. So the allegations surrounding Texans quarterback Deshaun Watson continue to pile up. Since Monday, 7 more lawsuits have been filed against Watson, bringing the total to 14, including allegations that Watson sexually assaulted a woman this month. Other allegations include exposing himself and harassing a woman by trying to get her to perform oral sex. NFL spokesperson Brian McCarthy said last week that the matter is under review pertaining to the league's personal conduct policy, and the Texans said in a statement that they would stay in close contact with the NFL during its investigation. Stephen A., before I kick things off to you, let me just say this quickly here.
Sure.
So I've been in sports since 2006. Before I came to ESPN, I don't know, I've been here 5 or 6.
Woke woman always going to make it about them. This has nothing to do with Deshaun Watson, has nothing to do with the allegations. She's making it about her like all of the ardent feminists do. They always going to make it about them. When they're losing an argument, what do? They pull up some bozo fact, some bozo opinion from left field to try to justify what the hell they're talking about. But let's see.
Now, I was at NFL Network for about 4 years. Huge NFL fan, followed it very closely all along. Mm-hmm. Given the seriousness and quantity of these allegations, we're talking 14 lawsuits, 24 total claims, we're only 10 days in. I personally, as a woman, would like to hear more from the NFL.
You hear that, right? As a woman, you hear that. She's not thinking logical. She's not giving the benefit of the doubt. She's not trying to weigh all of the options. She doesn't even understand who's making the allegations. She doesn't have a name. It's just about being a woman. That's all it's about. Men got to understand these woke women are not on your side, especially if you happen to be a quote unquote black man in America. You're on your own out here.
The matter is under review is just simply not enough. I understand it is too early for findings. I understand there's a process. But
if you understand it's too early, how is it's being under review not enough?
Based on the history, you need to show us that there's a real process taking place, a real investigation, some transparency, that you take these matters seriously. We've discussed this before. 6 years ago, the NFL brought in Lisa Friel and other women and created a committee. I mean, are these just talking points, or are these actual resources to address this behavior? This happened after the NFL failed women with the Ray Rice situation. So we have an opportunity here to be proactive rather than reactionary. And that's been...
You see how she's only going to bring up Ray Rice, right? She's not going to bring up the kicker from the Giants. What was his name? Josh Brown or John Brown, who was beating the dog shit out of his wife, but they didn't even report it. They want to talk about his position. Doesn't really carry that notoriety, no endorsements or whatever it may be. But if we're talking about all women, we want to hear about all cases, right? Not just about the brothers.
Knock against the NFL. You can get in front of it, you can acknowledge it, you can condemn the behavior, and you can address it. And I want to take it one step further, and then obviously want you guys to react and what you think the NFL should do here. If I'm also the NFL, I'm putting Deshaun Watson on the commissioner's exempt list. I look at it this way. He's getting protected, he's getting paid, but he needs to lay low, and they need to deal with this. And when and if his name is cleared, then he can return. But when I'm saying 24 total claims against him, you can't have this man on a football field right now. Max, if this was you or this was you, Stephen A., you wouldn't be on First Take today. So address it. He can continue to get paid, and he can return when he clears his name. Again, an opportunity for the NFL to show that they respect women, they protect women. 47% of the NFL audience, that's nearly half.
That's a damn lie. That is a damn lie. That is nowhere close to the number. 47% of the audience that's watching the NFL is women? Yeah, right.
Is women. So we support you, and we need to know that you support us. Stephen A., your reaction to what
We're going to just cut that shit off right there because we don't need to hear what Stephen A. Simp is going to say. We already see the grill on Max Kellerman. He doesn't take Molly Qerim serious at all. That's why he's not on the show. We're going to make it about protecting women. 40%, 47% of women are watching the NFL. You're supporting them. How about you women support women's sports? You guys want to interject into all of the male spaces to where we're going to just call the man cave the cave. And then when it turns into the cave, you're still going to be bitching. Fast forward to today. Criminal charges dropped. Are we going to hear anything from Molly Qerim? Of course not. It's enough of that. I'm out.